This is a gaming mouse that can turn into whatever you want. And I mean that literally. You want it super light? Simply swap out the body and just use the essential parts. You can even attach an Arduino with your custom circuit board where it can talk to the mouse sensor and do whatever you want. Let me introduce the Moto mouse, the first modular wireless mouse for makers. I'll explain later why it's covered up. So in this video, we'll see why my relationship with my fiance has been falling apart for the past 7 months, and check out all the time and work I've put into the Moto mouse. We'll also test out some of the modules that I made for our initial prototype and play various games using it, as well as discuss future plans for our tiny friend. I'll share details on how we're going to turn this into a community-driven project for all you makers and DIY enthusiasts. This all started with a simple question. Can you build your own gaming mouse? The answer is obviously yes, but the solutions weren't that obvious. Now the first method is the most common one. Buy a brand new gaming mouse, disassemble to get the circuit board, damn it got me, and design your own custom body around it. This works great if you don't care about the final shape and being stuck with whatever buttons it came with. So if you're thinking 4 side buttons would be cool, or maybe even a vibrating motor, look, I'm not judging, you can add whatever you want to your mouse. Well, you're out of luck because you can't change the circuit board. So yeah, cash well spent for features you can't change, and features you'll never use. Bruh. Now the second option is PCB mouse kits, like this one from Bamboo Labs, but the sensor is meh. There's zero app and software support, no way to interact with the onboard micro or the sensor, and worst of all, AA batteries. The third option is open source and semi-open source projects. Decent sensors, sure, but it comes bare bones, and you need to be very familiar with a lot of programming as well as PCB design to make it work. If you want wireless support, power management, modular and upgradable design, support for Arduino, etc., you gotta do it yourself, which is exactly what I did. I started experimenting with some different mouse designs, okay, maybe more than just some, and I finally found what works. Using the PixArt's gaming mouse sensor, the PA3395, with Nordic's wireless microcontroller, using 2.4 GHz and Bluetooth wireless communication. And together, you get the Moto mouse. It's designed to latch onto whatever 3D printed body you come up with. I've made sure of that by putting plenty of screw holes on the circuit board, and it's modular with Arduino support so you can put whatever you want, but also have the option to only include peripherals that you really care about. This means you can make it as light as you want with only left and right clicks and a small battery, or get the default experience with a scroll wheel. You can also swap out for a beefier battery and add side buttons for all your gaming needs. I use mine to enable voice chat in Marvel Rivals. Turn around! How are we going? Oh. Now if you've noticed, we've been testing a mouse with no clothes on. That's weird. Let's fix that by designing and 3D printing a body. For our first test, this was built mainly for comfort, and it's smooth enough, but not as smooth as Nibble's brain. And yeah, the shape probably looks familiar. Wait a minute, I meant this. But the best part? You can 3D print the body however you want, like this lightweight design if you want maximum mobility. But mobility is nothing without glide, and that's where the Ultra Glide dots come in. And hey, it's not just the hardware that's smooth, the firmware's buttery smooth as well. Specifically, the mouse hasn't shown any random stutters or movement issues, and not seeing any missed data on the RX side either. Now talking about firmware, this thing is running a whole operating system called Zephyr OS. Fun fact, Samsung's latest Galaxy Watch uses the same operating system. Now Zephyr unlocks a lot of powerful tools and features. Some of these include being able to read system logs for debugging and development, as well as having terminal access to control and test various parts of the mouse. Check it out, I programmed a command to throw a rave with the RGB LED. And of course, you can set things like DPI, sampling rate, and lift distance on the mouse sensor. Also, anything you can run in the terminal, your Arduinos can run right from the expansion boards, which means your Arduino can set various settings, get the mouse movements, check battery life, start another cat rave, and a whole bunch more. You'll be able to do all that using an I2C based library that we're working on, which will be fully open sourced, along with the front and back expansion PCBs. However, the main board's firmware will have to stay closed source due to PixArt's NDA, but the hardware files will be made available so you can repair, mod, or just jump in and get started. But what if you're not into Arduinos? Not a problem. You can stick with the stock experience using the default front and back boards. It's your choice. We'll also have 3D printed parts for you to choose from, and of course, all the models will be open source. And we're only getting started. A whole bunch of new commands and features are already on the way. That's why we programmed a bootloader on the main board so it can download the latest updates, because reliable updates are super important. And we promise not to turn your Moto mouse into a Moto brick. I'm looking at you, Spotify. Before we continue, I'd like to thank our sponsor JLC PCB. They did a fantastic job manufacturing all the circuit boards for the Moto mouse, including all the various expansion boards, and of course our past projects. On JLC PCB's website, getting an instant quote and ordering online is a seamless experience, and I can't recommend them enough, especially if you're doing any sort of rapid prototyping. You have so many options to choose from, whether you're doing a hobby project and want a standard PCB, or you're doing some crazy RF and high-speed stuff with
32 layers.
JLC PCB can help you with that. Their prices are always amazing, and I love their fast shipping. And if you need other services like CNC milling, 3D printing, or need to buy components for your next project, you guessed it, they can help you with that. So check out JLC PCB using my link down in the description. So we've talked about why it was made. Now let's dive into the how and see what's inside our mouse. We're starting off with the mouse sensor, the thing that makes this a gaming mouse and not some office junk you'd find in the trash. We're using the PixArt's POD 3395, and it's got all the numbers you'd expect from a proper gaming mouse sensor. Not as fancy as the POD 3950, sure, but it gets the job done pretty well. The sensor feeds the data to the microcontroller, which talks to the USB wireless receiver, capable of up to 1 kHz polling rate.
Bruh.
Don't worry, this dongle is just a prototype, and it's getting a facelift in the next video. Now speaking of microcontrollers, which is the brain of the system, we have the industry standard NR52 on our main board, the same chip you'll find inside other premium gaming mice. It interfaces with the two expansion boards, each with their own I2C instance, and again, it's running a full operating system Zephyr OS. Now the operating system wouldn't be all that impressive without good code. That's why we've packed in custom drivers, libraries, and subsystems to make this the best modular mouse. About 20,000 lines of code so far. You might think that's overkill for a gaming mouse, but let me try to convince you otherwise. Take something simple, plugging in the USB. The green LED lights up to show it's charging, but under the hood, that triggers multiple layers of code. The NPM 1100 driver checks its charger states to make sure that the battery won't blow up in your face, and it sends a signal to the microcontroller to indicate that it's charging without issues. This is where the LED subsystem comes in to generate the specific green charging pattern from a list of pre-programmed patterns in the RGB LED library, which also happens to use a ranking system. We're also using Nordic's USB APIs to detect a connection, start up logging, enable terminal access, and allow firmware updates. But wait, there's more. The mouse subsystem switches to USB for all movements and clicks once a valid connection is detected, instead of using a wireless connection. All that just from plugging in a wire. There's plenty more topics to cover, but we'll go over it in the next video. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Oh, and remember that tape covering the old name and logo? Yeah, turns out Proto Rig and Proto Mouse names were already trademarked or taken by another product. Honestly, Moto Mouse sounds way better anyways. Alright, so we're nearing the end of the video, and I just want to say hi. My name is Justin, and you guys know me as Just Kim. I want to put a face and name to a project that I'm really passionate about, so here's my face. But let's talk about the future of Moto Mouse. I'm currently finishing up the desktop app and the second revision of the PCB, and it's pretty much ready for the next steps, testing and certifications, and of course, mass manufacturing. However, FCC, European Union related tests, safety, and other certifications can get pretty pricey. We're talking in the tens of thousands of monopoly dollars. That's why we're launching crowdfunding to make this project built with the community. If you'd like to support the project, sign up at Moto.io, where you'll be the first to be notified when it launches in November. While our components are globally sourced, all the design, assembly, testing, and packaging will be done here in Canada, alongside local businesses we're proud to support. Now, we'd obviously love it if the project gets fully funded, but what really matters is Moto Mouse is something we'll keep building no matter what. Going from concept and prototypes to a mass manufacturing ready product is something that we do at my full-time job, where we design and build medical and IoT products. But when it's your own device, it hits completely differently. This isn't just another project, it's our baby. We built it from scratch, poured every lesson, every late night, every failure, and every breakthrough into this mouse. It really is amazing what your brain and free will can accomplish. Lastly, but most importantly, I want to thank all of you. I never thought I'd get this far on YouTube. I'm just a nerd who enjoys building stuff and feel grateful that you're part of the journey. Your support means a lot, so again, thank you. Alright, that's the end of this video. Please sign up at Moto.io for pre-launch alerts, and see you next time!